Greetings my friends, I'm doing 10,000 pull-ups to pi. I'm doing 10,000 pull-ups to pi. I'm just a normal guy who's doing 10,000 pull-ups to pi. Welcome my friends, it's day 42 of the 10,000 pull-ups to pi challenge. We got the digits 4,101 to 4,200. Okay, I've got lots to do again, as always, I must admit, but we're going to crack on. I'm going to try and make this a fast one, and I'm going to talk about kind of what happened. You know, something, well, if you haven't watched yesterday's one, there was something that happened for the first 5 minutes, and I want to discuss that actually because it's really important. Well, I think it's important anyhow. But what we'll do is we'll crack on. I'll kind of get the first 50 done, and then we'll talk about obviously why I'm doing this, memory, learning, pi, and other things as well. Because the reason I'm doing a lot of this, the reason I'm doing these actual challenges and tests to myself is it's like a vast scheme of kind of personal growth really, and this is just like a small piece in well my particular life, you know. It's so anyhow, we're going to crack on. I'm going to talk about that, so let's get on. So I've got there's 20 stations here. Each station has 5 digits on. Each digit is broken down into letters that I've created characters from. It's on a journey method, and I make little stories and narratives and put them on each spot. So like I said, there's 20 spots because there's 5 on each, and that makes up the 100. So that's what I've got in my head today, and let's just see if we get it right, because hey, you know, nobody's perfect, and well, you know, I don't know. Mary Poppins, Mr. Poppins. That's not Mary. Mark Poppins? No. What would be a good man Poppins name? I don't know, maybe that's something for you to answer. Okay, let's get on with this, my friends. Right, okay, so 3, 4, 8, 5, 0, 3, 4, 6. I noticed yesterday as well I wasn't doing very good pull-ups or something, and again, we'll discuss why in a second. Okay, so 3, Charlie Chaplin, I'll tell you why at the end. Charlie Chaplin, 4, 8, Daryl Hannah, and 8, 5, 0, 3, 4, 6, right. I know you can't see that, but well, I'll bring it forward at the end so you can see that I've been cheating you, my friends. Okay, right, so let's get on with the next 2. It's always good to have them if you're ever doing this. I mean, like live in front of people. It's again, have the stations. What I did before I started, and actually this is the first time I did this, and I thought it's a really good thing, is I kind of know all the stations, but what I did is I kind of walk through quickly in my mind. Like the first one is just, it's outside of a pub, it's like a lamppost, and then you can go over the road to a chip shop on the corner, then it goes to 3 bins in a row, then another pub, then another pub, and then there's lots of pubs. I don't go in the pubs, my friends, but well, I do sometimes. But and then where does it go after that? Anyhow, it doesn't matter. I mean, I kind of know, but it's just. But I thought that was a really good thing, because what I did was I went through and I counted to make sure there was 20 as well. So I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If there was like 19, I'd be like, ooh, which one am I forgetting? But anyhow, let's crack on. Oh, where am I going? Here I go. 1, keep it a good one, Lee. 1, 3, 6, 5, 7, 6, 8, 6, 7. There you go, those pull-ups are better. And that first one, actually this one here, 1, 1. It was quite funny the other day. 1, 1, 3, 6. 1, 1, 3, 6, 5. I'll tell you about it in a second. 1, 1, 3, 6, 5, and 7, 6, 8, 6, 7. So, actually, I keep on going back to myself. I'll tell you that one at the end, because let's just rattle through these. So, okay, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 4, 9, 8. No, sorry, 9. 4, 1, 6, 6. Here's me telling you I know all the stations, and I was about to miss one out there. Whew. Okay, right, so Okay, so we've got 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 4, 9, and 1, 6. No, sorry, 4, 4, 1, 6, 6. Yeah, I was about to jump. It's easy. It's easily done, to be honest. You know, skittle over something, as you can imagine. Right, okay. Get this solidified in my mind. Ooh, 8, 0, 3, yes, 9, 6, 2, 6, 5, 7, 9. Whew. I wish I had like ultimate strength and endurance, so you just never tire. That would be pretty cool. I think you'd win a few Olympic events then. Okay, right, so 8, 0, 3, 9, 6, and 2, 6, 2, 6, 5, 7, 9. That's correct, I believe. I shouldn't get too arrogant there. The hubris will be the end of me, my friends. Okay, let's shake it off a bit. I've still got this. I talk about this all the time, but again, if you haven't watched any of these, this is just a random one you've clicked on. When I first started, it was probably about the second or third week in. I was really pushing myself, you know, as I tend to do, and usually the consequence, it usually never ends up well. So let's get the next show out of the way, and we'll chat. Oh my God, Lee. Right. Okay, where am I? 2, 6. Right. Okay. 7, 8, 7, 7, 1, 8, 5, 5, 6, 0. I went up pretty high there, hit the rope. Okay, right. 2, 6. Okay, so 7, 8, 7, 7, 1, and 8, 5, 5, 6, 0. Okay, let's just see if I've got it right. Yes, I'm glad. Well, I might have them all right, but at least I haven't missed the station. That was what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, that seems to be good. Okay, right, so what was I talking about before? First of all, I'll quickly tell you what I'm doing. So, like I said, I've turned all of the digits here, obviously all the digits into letters. 0 is O, 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, 4 is D, 5 is E, 6 is S, 7 is G, 8 is H, and 9 is N. As you can tell, it's like 9, N, 8, H. It's only the G one that I keep on saying. I'm going to find out why G is 7. G, J. Anyhow, I don't know. Anyhow, so once I've got the letters, so as I said, 3 is C. So 3, 3, Charlie Chaplin. Could be anyone that makes sense to you, but I tend to use famous people. But I throw a few others in there, like 53 down here. Where is it? Actually, it's not here. It's further on there. Is my dad? You know, it's his initials. So I've got him either, and then you give them an action. So, for instance, I've got my dad either in a diving suit because he used to dive. I mean, many years ago, but I just think it's a funny image with his snorkel and the flippers and the rubber suit, and he's maybe drinking a pint. He just like to go out and have a few drinks. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like so, but it's just a way to remember as well and add that character there. So, what I was saying before was 11 is Amy Adams. You probably know her from Enchanted and Arrival. Actually, it's one of me. I don't know if it's one of my favourite films. I enjoy the film, is what I'll say. So the other day I was going through it and I was like, she was dipping her hands into the bins because that's where that's the stop where she's at. And then there was a big snake there. I'm like, well, I couldn't work out in my head. I was like, well, what's the action? I'm like, what's the second? So it's like 11. I was saying, what's the next couple of digits? I just couldn't work it out. I was like, what's going on? I said, I know that inside and out, but anyhow, so I carried on, then I went back and I just went, I'm just going to have a look, and it was like 36. I was like, oh, okay, but because I actually already had her, so I had her doing the action in my head. So she was like doing the next one there is Charlie Sheen. So I've got them from, I honestly can't remember what the film's called. It's where it's like a Rambo mock type of film. What's it called again? But anyhow, he's all quite ripped in it, and he's doing maybe the kickboxer scene, but he's like, you know, where Van Damme was, I know I said Rambo and things, but it goes between action films in a way, so it's got parts of Rambo, it's probably got Van Damme. So in Kickboxer, where Jean-Claude Van Damme was, he had his hands wrapped in the cloth and were dipping in the glue or whatever it was, then putting them into glass. He was actually dipping it into treacle and then into gummy bears and M&Ms and all that type of stuff. You know, what's it called? Not top secret. Anyhow, but yeah, it was just weird that I saw her doing the image, but it's just the mind's a funny thing. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not a perfect thing. Some people may appear to have these super intellects and that. I mean, we've all met them. If you're not one of them, if you're just say an average person, I was always saying an average guy like me, but an average person, and then you meet these people who, again, you know, they're in quizzes. You know, you sit in the quiz and they seem to know everything, and you're just like, what? How do you know these things? You're a full-time doctor or surgeon or astrophysics, or you got PhDs coming out of your lugs and things, and then you seem to know all these extra things. I'm just like, it's like, how? I mean, is it just, do they use these techniques, or do they just remember, or do they inadvertently just place these things, or have they got like a nice inside the brain? I always imagine thoughts and memories and recalls again is just, you know, just a big filing system type of thing. Where most people, there's probably, you can just imagine this scrapyard with stuff everywhere, but the people who seem to have these superior intellects, if I can call it that, I don't know, but again, it's all lovely filing systems, and they know exactly where everything is, and so pull the drawer out, oh, there it is. Was it the Sherlock Holmes, one of the Sherlock Holmes episodes with Benedict Cumberbatch, where one of his nemesis was, he seemed to have all of this information. They thought it was, I don't want to use any spoilers here, but yeah, I don't want to spoil. Anyhow, if you haven't seen the Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch, this next thing's a slight spoiler, so please cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. But so the guy that thought all the information he had was either in his glasses, because it looked like he was coming up with all this information about a person, a bit like from Terminator, was reading all the details, but it was just his memory palace, his mind. So there was no real store of where he kept all of this top secret information. It was all just in his head. That's where everything was kept. It was anyhow, but it just fascinates me, as I can imagine. It fascinates most people, and this is one of the reasons I'm doing this 10,000 digits to pi, because it is really hard for me. It's fun. It's kind of, I can get these digits in here. Like I say, I'm up to 6,000 now. I'm going to do another 100 today, get it in my head. But I am losing some of them. But when I go back over them again, they do solidify even a bit stronger, but they still go again. So this is the point of doing it as well. I'm juggling so many plates, but I want to try and find out how long can you go once the thing's in there before you forget it there. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Anyhow, let's get on with the. So I'm just gonna warm up a second. I said I would talk about kind of what happened yesterday a little bit as well, and it's like an interesting thing. Okay, so let's crack on, and I'll talk about that as we're doing it. Okay, because I said it was going to be quick, as I always do, and it's not like I'm lying. I'm just a waffler. Okay, 8, 4, 5, 2, 9, 6, 5, 4, 1. Okay, so yeah, yesterday I had a bit of a like minor panic attack or something. What did I say? 8, 4, 5, 5, 2, and 9, 6, 5, 4, 1. Yeah, before I started the video, I'd been listening to all of this, like, sorry, it wasn't negative stuff I was listening to, although I tend to look at the news each day now. I'm like, I'm going to stop looking at the news. It's just all it does is put us into this primal state. You know, the amygdala brain, the lizard brain. It's just all this. Yeah, you just feel like the whole world's just on this brink of, you know, it's like a World War III thing, isn't it? It's just like, that's what it feels like. It's just like everyone, China's threatening America, Russia's doing all this thing, and you just feel as though the pieces are being moved for something else, and it's like it's horrible, ominous thing. I feel sorry for children and people come. I mean, you know, obviously you think of yourself and your family and all this other stuff, and you're just like, what is going on? Why can't people work this out? You know, in a calm and diplomatic way, because, you know, I'm sure the end result of all these things is quite clear in everybody's mind, you know, and it's just, it won't bode well. And I know it's complicated, but, you know, we need some mediator to come in there who's just like totally impartial to everything and just like, right, and everyone's got to listen to them, right, sort this out there, give them resources there, do that, stop being greedy. You know, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if there's any solution. These things are so solidified and calcified, and there's so much dogma, and it's obviously all beliefs and religions and all these other things that everyone has, that's just so intertwined that you'll never be able to resolve these things. But you would have thought that common sense, that, again, whatever that even means, because you can only look at what common sense is through your own perception of what makes sense. So what makes sense to you could be like the complete opposite to somebody else, which is bizarre, but we can only look through our own eyes. Anyhow, it's meant to be a memory thing. I'm just talking about this crazy stuff. Okay, right. 2, 6, 6, 5, 4. Where am I? Sorry, 2, 6, 6, 5, 4, 0, 8, 5, 3, 0. So anyhow, I'm not going to get finished, am I? Okay, 9, 6, 9, 6, 5, 4, 1. What was that after? Okay, yeah, it was like 2, 6, 2, 6, 6, 5, 4, and 0, 8, 0, 8, 5, 3, 0. I put 9 there earlier on, right? But I changed it. Oh, is there somewhere around there? Alright, Richard, how are you doing, buddy? Just doing some pie training here. What on today? 42. It's I know it's a bit bizarre. People might think I'm doing painting or something, but this is just an extra little thing that I'm doing. So I'm on a digits 4,101 to 4,200 today. I'm almost done. So I'll crack on, and I decided to do some pull-ups with them as well. So 10,000 pull-ups to 10,000 digits of pi. I'm just a crazy guy. Okay, so I'll do the next 10. Then we'll have a look where we're at. So okay, okay. So 6, 1, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 1, 8. Okay, so I've got a system that I use as a journey method. I'll write these down. So 6, 1, which is Steve Austin, doing the action of David Copperfield 4, 3, and he's walking through a door. And then we've got the Penguin 4, 4, Danny DeVito. He's doing the action of Captain America, and it's snowing. Okay, so we've got 4 left, and I'll explain a little bit more about what it's all about. Right, okay, 4, 4, 3. 5, 8, 6, 7, 6, 9, 7, 5, 1, 4. Okay, 5, 8, 6, 7, 5, 8, 6, 7, 6, and 9, 7, Noel Gallagher. 5, 1, 5, 1, 4. Okay, the final 2 of the 100. Just get the images in my head. So I'm doing locations. I'm actually just coming out of timeout now, making my way back along the beach, and I'm kind of doing in houses and gates and things like that, doing these locations. So 9, 7, 4, okay, right, yeah. So oops, oh, wrong. 5, 6, 6, 1, 4, and 0, 6, 8, 0, 0. Okay, that should be the 100 done. 9, 7, okay. 5, 6, 6, 1, 4, 0, 6, 8, 0, 0. Okay, let's see if I'm right. Okay, I know you can't see the board there. I'll bring it forward. So, right. Oh, there's the digits for today. So that's the 100 for today. Hello. So just a quick rundown. So I'm getting the 10,000 digits. I set myself this challenge about I don't know, could be just say 4 months ago, because there was this memory expert called Nelson Delis who said he memorised 10,000 digits to pi. So I thought, okay, I'll do that. And I'll do 10,000 pull-ups with it as well, because, you know, just to add to it. So, because I've been doing memory techniques for quite a few years, but never really doing them seriously. You know, I could like memorise a deck of cards, all this other stuff, but I want to try and see what the mind can do. So I've got my pi book here, which has got, let's have a look. I've got bits of paper in there. So I've got, first of all, I've got like all this number character. So what I do is I've turned all of the digits into letters. Like you say, like 0 is O, 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, 4 is D, 5 is E, 6 is S, 7 is G, 8 is H, and 9 is N. And then I took them letters and then I turned them into all these characters. So like the 0, 1 is Neo, but O2 like is Orlando Bloom. So I just have him as like Legolas from the Lord of the Rings. So he's shooting arrows, because you have the person, then you have them doing an action. This is how I construct these digits. So yeah, so for instance, the first one is 33, which is Charlie Chaplin, because of CC, and then he's doing the action of 48. I've got a few characters for that. I've either got Damon Hill, so the action is driving a Ferrari, or it's Daryl Hannah, so it could be turning into a mermaid, or it could be from one of the Kill Bill films. Anyhow, so the first 2 digits is the character, second 2 digits is the action. So then that character is doing the action of the second one. So Charlie Chaplin is turning into a mermaid. And the last digit is a number shape or number rhyme. So number 8 looks like a snowman, so I tend to just have number 8. So it's always snowing or there's icy or something like that. So, but 6, you can have them as rhyme as well. 6 looks like a golf club, so you could have them as a golf club or any sports equipment. Or 6, it rhymes with sticks. So usually I just have 6 now is fire. So I just, so it doesn't matter where it is. There's just, as long as there's fire in the memory of the character that I'm doing, then that kind of works. So, yeah, where have I got it again? So, again, like 4-4. Which is Danny DeVito, so I have him as the penguin. So his kind of action is kind of doing the umbrella, going with his little cigarette thing out there, kind of walking like the penguin, going whatever. And then he's doing the action of Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1-6. So he's lifting weights, and there's a big fire burning behind him. So that's the 4-4-1-6-6. It sounds complicated, but it's surprising when you create these images so that the mind just holds them on these specific locations, then you move to another location. So when I get the 10,000 in my head, I'm going to go back and I'm going to really try and strengthen all of the blocks of, so I can have the characters interacting with each other a bit more. But initially I'm just spinning plates trying to get the full 10,000 digits in my head. So like I said, I've got all these numbers, so I've created all these person, character, objects, and then I started having locations starting at my front door all the way to like the lighthouse and timeout and all of this stuff, putting locations in. Like here it's just front door, gate, fence, post, whatever. And then, so I've got like the 10,000 written in my book now. So it's so I've got all the 10,000 digits. Let's have a look. So, but I haven't actually wrote out all of the things because I'm only up to 7,000 there. But I've personally just memorised about 6,000 digits now. So, and I would say I've got a retention. I've definitely got a over 90% retention of them. And I can quite easily get that to 100, I believe. It's just spinning the plates, because right now I have to learn 300 to 400 digits a week to keep up with, so I don't run out of digits before, because I'm doing this Monday to Friday, so I'm doing 500 digits a week. So I'm going to be finished by the middle of May. So I've got to constantly be learning, but obviously the more digits I get in my head, the more I have to remember from the past as well. So it's all this state of kind of juggling. But what I did is actually, what I've started doing is, so I was taking pictures of Whitley Bay in Tynemouth and all that stuff, having a look at lampposts, benches, grassy knolls, bins, all these other things. Then I thought I'd just start see if I could use films. So from 4,800 up to 7,000 I've been using what do you call it, Indiana Jones films. So I've just been watching the films, you know, it's hard work I guess, and then taking pictures of all these things that's going on, of scenes within, you can know, like in the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, where you've got the face of a statue thing, then you've got going into the cave and the big stone rolling after him and all these other things. Or there are locations that I put these 5 digits, and it's actually, I think it's better using movies or TV series or whatever of your favourite things, because it makes more sense in your mind rather than just these random pictures of locations. So anyhow, so I'm toying with all that stuff. So it's and once I get the 10,000 in my head, there's a couple of reasons, because I'm going to do a challenge where I'm going to do all 10,000 pull-ups and 10,000 digit recital in one waking sitting. So it's probably going to take us about 40 hours. So I'm going to stay. So I'm going to do that for charity and things. But so I need to build up the strength that I can do 10,000 pull-ups in a row. And I've been practicing, and I've done about 500 or 600, actually 500 odd in an hour before. Having like doing 5 every 35 seconds, and that seems to work okay. So I think I can do it. I just need to kind of, but I did injure myself because I was training really hard and I was just lifting too many heavy weights. I strained all these muscles here. So for the last 6 weeks I've been doing these in a bit of pain, but it's maybe starting to heal. So anyhow, and there's also like another world record attempt. So once I've got the 10,000 in, you get asked this, the world record attempt is, this is why I'm doing them in digits of 5, because you get asked 50 times in a row, any 5 digits within the 10,000, like for instance, 53249, then you have to tell them what the previous 5 is and the 5 after is, and they do that 50 times in a row. So I have to know the 10,000 digits inside and out before I take on that challenge. And I think the world record's something like, just say 16 minutes. Okay, you seem to, you did stop there on the YouTube thing. I don't know when you stopped again. I was chatting to, because one of my friends had turned up, who I did some plastering work for in the past. So again, when someone pops up on the live, because I'm doing on a Facebook thing as well, I need to kind of go over it again. So I apologise if I'm just repeating myself, but I am repeating myself a lot. But that's the point of doing this as well. But anyhow, yeah. So I was talking. So yesterday, like I say, I know this is leaving it at the end again, but yeah, what happened yesterday is I put myself in a really negative frame of mind. Because I say primarily I would class myself as an artist, which is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I know this could be a whole other video and things, but I'm quickly just going to go over it. So about 5-6 years ago, I left plastering, or I still do a bit of plastering, but I'm not doing it as much now, to train for something else. And for some reason I chose art. I could have done anything, and you know, sometimes I question my choice, but I've made the bed now of becoming an artist. So, and I think it can be it can be a really good thing. I just need to, you know, I don't know, not like free my soul to it in a way, because there's been so much resistance. And if you've ever read a book by Steve Pressfield called The War of Art, that's exactly what this is about. And it is, for me, it's a real thing, and for many artists, it's a real thing as well. Where it's hard to explain. Well, maybe it's not, but it basically just means that you just constantly question or doubt in your own abilities, and because there's so many people out there are so much better, and it's really hard to face your own inadequacies of things and where you're actually at. So it's one of the hardest things I've ever done, because there's nowhere to hide. The evidence is always there for you to look at. But I've just been going through this negative phase a little. You know, most of the time I'm really positive and I believe I can do anything. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but on anything on the planet, you know, like you can do, you know, like I can do that, you know what I mean? I can't like go and become a brain surgeon, but you know what I mean? Say, I can do that, I can build a business, I can climb that mountain, I can do this, I can, you know, so I don't want to limit myself, is what I'm saying. But sometimes I'm just whatever. I think when I don't sleep well as well, when I've had a bad night's sleep, or I'll ground myself down a bit, I start getting some negativity in there, and it's just like, and it's throbbing, it's like there, and it's and yesterday I was watching all these videos about other people's colour palettes, and I was just like getting more and more anxious about what I didn't know as well, you know. I'm just like, which is stupid. It's just like, because I want to enjoy, and I want to be free with painting and things, and I just like, in the only solution, and I'm saying this now, the only solution is to hit the canvas, you know, not is to hit the canvas and put the brush hours in, and not worry too much about what you're doing. Work things out as you go through the hours and the days and the weeks and the months and the years. Figure it out as it goes, and you'll find what works for you. And what other people, everyone will do it a different way. This is the thing with plastering. Every single plasterer that I knew did it basically a different way, you know. And you're just like, how? He's just putting stuff on the wall. But it's just, but yeah. So yesterday I literally spent about an hour beating myself up about how I wasn't very good at painting, and all these other things. Again, not being able to get the business off no one's buying me stuff, no one's watching these videos, no one's putting anything. And I'm just like, and then I just literally went from that to come straight on and start doing like a live video on the pull-ups to pi, and I just kind of got hit by a bit of this like negative anxiety. It just almost just felt really quite small in that there, and just and it kind of came out where, and again, as I said, this has happened 2 or 3 times before, again, when I either wasn't prepared or wasn't in the right mindset. And it's a horrible thing. I mean, whoever's experienced this, it's a real shocker sometimes when it can hit you. You can almost feel a bit paralysed. And I was about to say there's nothing you can do about it, but there actually is something you can do about it. And I was doing it yesterday. It was like, you breathe like from your in your stomach, deep breath in your stomach, and that takes you from the parasympathetic system to the sympathetic system. So it takes you from fight and flight to relax and whatever it is, or something, you know, rest and relax or whatever, you know. And so I know a few techniques, and I managed to kind of, and I admitted it to the camera a bit. I was just like, look, I'm just feeling a bit anxious, because I felt if I didn't vent it a little bit, then it might have just got out of control. But I was looking, I was like, oh my god, I'm doing live, and I'm like, can I just turn the thing off or whatever? But in a way, like I said, it's always good to get back on the horse. And even before I started today again, I was going through the video and I did a few dry runs, and I was just feeling it a little bit again. I do feel so much better today, I'm more rested, but I was like, oh my God, what happens if that happens again? But again, we can't not do something for the fear of something else happening. So again, these are always good lessons. And again, I'm trying to stay away from as much as I can from this negativity. So I'm just probably cut the news out and just paint. Just put the hours in and then just not worry too much. It's the end result that counts. Anyhow, my friends, I know this is dragged on. I said it was going to be a quick one, but that's it anyhow. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow for day 43 of the 10,000 pull-ups to pi. Apologise for my waffling, but I'm going to be talking a lot about this in life. I'm going to start documenting things about my journey as an artist. And I think this is maybe a really good time to start just putting stuff out there, because there's so many people who just post the amazing work and the progress and things like that, you know. But I think I'm just going to start just talking about and documenting my, again, the struggles with art and the struggles with things that I'm doing, and then just putting in the work, and then hopefully it might take a different spin on how an artist lives, or what you're doing to try and become an artist. So anyhow, my friends, right, take care, and I'll see you there tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.